Okay, so we're gonna get going in a couple of minutes. I'll give you guys a chance to get into my chat room here. On my TV. Ay, ay, ay. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, Let me remove those things. Okay. Alrighty. So we're gonna go into my YouTube channel. Gonna just give everybody a minute or two. Live, I am live, I am live. Okay, I'm just here checking the chat. Alright. So, hi guys, and welcome to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash the subscribe button. So I got the my computer on, and I got my phone, so I can watch my chat while I'm talking on the mobile phone. So it's readjust the camera angle a little bit. Let me know in the show more if you can hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you can. So let you know that Donna and I are safe. We had a terrible situation yesterday where we had, in less than 4 hours, we had 9 inches of rain. It totally flooded out the area. And last night about 6:30 or so, went down the hallway because there was a lot of commotion going on and they didn't know what was going on, and the entire basement was all flooded out from the bottom of the basement to the top of the ceiling on the lower end of the floor. Going down to the washroom, which is the photograph you see in my thumbnail, the water was as high as the mailbox at one point. It was literally up to my belly button, the water, when I was walking through it last night. I went out in the main hall door area, couldn't even open up the door to go to the street because the water was as high as the door. You could just barely see out of where the top part is up to where my head stands. And every car in the parking lot was underwater. Every car in the parking lot. Well, maybe not so much every car, but my car was, and all the cars on that side was. So my car is totally toast. Got up this morning. Very emotional, very, yeah, so, I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. So the car was totally washed out, and thank God I have full coverage. I got full coverage for my car, okay? And the good part about the whole thing, for me personally, not for the city of Leominster, is probably the best thing to happen to my car, because my car, I only owe $2,000 on the car. My car value is about $18,000. So when they reimbursed me that money, along with the apartment insurance money, because I lost all my belongings downstairs in the cellar, I probably got about $3,000 worth of items in the cellar, and whatever the insurance adjuster determines what we have, how much the value is. Yeah, so we did that, and I called up the insurance company this morning, and they made 2 claims for me. They said they'll be hearing back it takes typically 24 or 36 hours. So hopefully by the end of the week I will hear back from them. Meantime, we do not have a car, okay? We're fine. We got enough food in the house to last me a few days. And so what I had in mind was when we settled out the insurance company, and they're gonna be bringing me a car, by the way, when this happens, so I have something to have a car so I can go buy another one. So when I get all that from the insurance company, I figure it's going to take about 30 days, maybe sooner if I'm lucky. I don't know, but anyway, I'm figuring at least 30, 45 days, right? And then we got another storm coming in tomorrow, and we got another storm coming in Saturday with the hurricane coming up the coast, and so we're already, and what they're concerned about is, in my area, we got what's called, I go walking there all the time, Barrett Park. They got a dam. If that dam breaks, this whole area, I'm going to have to leave. Literally have to leave. So I already have somebody that's going to watch Oreo for me, and my wife right now is in the hospital. Please pray for her. Okay, so yesterday, first of all, let's get back to how this evolved. Saturday, she kind of like went down on the ground when he got out of the car, and she was very, very weak and shaky. She let me go for the helicopter ride. I told her to go back in the car, because I thought it was because she was just hot. And then she wanted to do a little bit of walking with me, and then she couldn't do it, so I had the grounds crew bring me back over to the car. And then Sunday she had kind of like wasn't feeling good all day Sunday because she wasn't eating, wasn't drinking, and so I ended up calling the doctor up Monday morning, and the neurologist, her doctor, and the neurologist told me, I want you to bring it down to the ER. So I brought it down to the ER. Now this is Monday, the day of the storm. I get down to the ER at 9:30 in the morning. I was there almost 8 hours. I didn't leave the hospital till 5:30. 5:30, I was going to go to BJ's house, pick up some water because we were low on, drink this kind of water, that's fine. So, meantime, I said, hell with it. I turned the car on and went straight home, all right? It's a good thing I did. No sooner than 2 hours later, the entire city's underwater and it's under emergency, a state emergency alert. They called it FEMA this morning, and the governor's coming in the city this afternoon to assess the damage. I just wish the governor would be coming in here under better times, and she said the same thing on a news report this afternoon. Hi, Carla. So I'm just telling everybody what's going on with my. I'm really fine. So I live in Leominster, as you guys probably heard on the news. We got 9 inches of water in less than 4 hours. My car is totaled. Every car in the parking lot was totally underwater last night. And the water was up to my waist when I was walking through the water in the lower complex area. Couldn't even open the front door. Tried to open the back door. The water was coming in so fast in the back door, it just totally filled up right to the tippity top of the door on the bottom level. We had a guy in a wheelchair with no legs, and they picked him up and carried upstairs to the 3rd floor. Thank goodness for the neighbors, right? So we, as much as they bitch about those nationalities that seem to get away with it, when push comes to shove, they push, So I'm never gonna knock them again. And don't really knock them anyways, but some things they seem to know how to get more stuff than we do, and it's just the way it is right now. But so I was really happy with that when I saw that. And the bottom line is they pulled together as a unit, and in that. So this morning I got up, I go outside, I see my car, I go to put the key in the ignition, nothing. Every one of the cars last night, all the trunks were open, and the flashes were going off and off and off on every one of the cars. And then, of course, not all those cars that happen to do that, unless you have a little higher car. Some cars were a little bit parked a little further down. All those cars are gone. And one of my neighbors is, Ron, I don't have full coverage on my car. I don't even have apartment insurance. For the sake of spending $100 a year, I got $25,000 worth of coverage. I mean, it's not much, but at least I'm going to be protected by my belongings downstairs. So where the mayor declared it a state of emergency, that brings in that money to the situation. So we should be fine with that. So when I get the money, mind you, my vehicle's it's 2016 Hyundai Elantra. It's almost paid. I got like I owe $2,000 on the car. So if they cut me a check for $20,000-$30,000, well, it wouldn't be that much, but if they cut me a check for around $15,000, I'll pay it off, and then I'm going to just pay off all my credit cards and stuff and start fresh with no debt, and I'm going to buy a brand new car out of it, or maybe a used one, a decent used one. I can be fine with a decent used one, anyways. But it's devastating. And then, of course, half of Leominster was evacuated into hotels and whatever last night, and my neighbor that lives right down the hall, they called me up a couple of times last night trying to get into his apartment. He says, Chris, you can't come in here. He says, you can't even get down the street. And they got 48 streets all blocked off and everything. And he says, oh my word. So then my wife, Donna, I brought her to the hospital on Monday. I was there 8 hours, and they admitted her on Monday night. And I left about 5 o'clock and because they had to do an IV because she was dehydrated. And then I ended up calling her up this morning and got a hold of the nurse. The nurse told me she's still in the emergency in one of the rooms because they're waiting to get a room for her. So when I went down there this morning, my friend Mary picked me up and brought me down to go see her. And I didn't stay long because I know my wife was tired, and my wife had no clue. I didn't want to worry my wife last night, but the cat and we were fine. And so they got to keep her there tonight, possibly tomorrow, and maybe another day. But they want to make sure she's okay. And so, and for me right now, that's the best place for her because when she comes here and sees all that stuff, she's going to be crying. Because I was already crying this morning about 4 or 5 times. I was just so overwhelmed and so emotional. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So this morning when I went downtown Leominster and I was walking through the streets over there, I was taking a lot of photographs, and I got as far as I saw the podium set up, and I goes, is this where he's going to do a briefing? I'm here. And they had all the news agencies over there, and they must have had about 15 news agencies down there. And anyways, they talked to our local news, and I saw Marina, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, but Brianna. Okay, sorry, Brianna. So I goes, hi, you Brianna? Goes, yeah, okay. He says, yeah, I watch you all the time. And they had Channel 4 there, the WBZ, the Fox, and local news agencies down there, and the other fake news agencies. And so I was talking to a lot of them over there, and I showed Brianna all my video, film, and photographs I took this morning and last night. So she tagged them all toward the Facebook and toward the channel. I didn't see it at the noontime broadcast, but she's probably still editing the video. And I said, yeah, just as long as you give me credit, you can use my video. And I got a nice photograph of her, and I'll put that up there in the next update on week 161. And then I asked the guy at Channel 4, I said, you mind if can I just do a photograph with that? Like I was broadcasting. So, in all this, I can still have a sense of humor. So, my cat Oreo's fine, I'm fine, my wife's in the hospital, she's fine, my car's not fine, bottom floor is all flooded, that's not fine. I'm supposed to be getting a computer today. I don't think I'm going to get a computer today because half the streets are impassable. I called up school today, and I told Shelby, my counselor, Shelby, I can't do this right now. I just started school a couple of days ago, and actually last week, and Leominster is still in the state of emergency as of this hour, and that noise you hear from outside, that's the hazmat team that's downstairs trying to pump out all the water out of the basement, and then they got to put some fans up to get rid of the mold and all that, and they'll probably have us get rid of all that junk. But yeah, so it's been quite an experience, and so if you're watching this video, let me know if you ever been branded into something like this before. This is the first for me. Now, I'm 67 years old, and I don't know if you guys know about the blizzard of 78, but I lived through the blizzard of 78, and this is nothing compared to that. I mean, yeah, this tops the blizzard of 78 by far. And I've been here 67 years, and I never seen anything like this. And the mayor, the same thing. He said, Ron, I've been the mayor of Leominster for 30 years, which we know, and I've been a police officer for 12 before I became mayor. And he's never seen anything like this before. Now, he's been around longer than I have, even though him and I are the same age. He does, driving a police cruiser, emergency response team, and being mayor of Leominster, you got to keep up on all the activities. And then this hits, right? So, and a lot of the local homes, they had to go to hotels or the emergency places where they set up shelters. And so one of the homeowners right down the street from me, the entire foundation under the house is gone. So the emergency crew, they're watching the house because the house might collapse. And one of the buildings that's been there forever, all the bricks just came right down from the side of the whole building's leaning on one side and it's getting ready to fall over. They won't let anybody in there get any of their belongings right now. So if that happens over here, like I said, I'm covered. I got an expensive gun. I don't give a crap as long as we don't lose any life. And the bottom line is, I keep telling everybody, we can replace material things, but you can't replace a human being or a pet. So as long as that doesn't happen, we're good. And I feel as if I've been very, very blessed. Everybody's calling me up to finding out how we are. Just know that I'm okay, and thank you so much for your prayers. We don't need any money. We don't need any GoFundMe page. We're fine with all that. A couple of my Facebook friends called me up this morning, offering me rides if I need any, and I probably will take advantage of that at some point, but, you know, in a day or two, we'll probably be fine once I get another replacement vehicle, and, I don't know what's gonna happen to that one. I certainly don't want it, because we can't, oh, it was just funny, because when I opened up the door this morning, the water filled up the entire inside the car. It came right out of the car, and I just, ah. It's a good thing I didn't have any personal belongings in there that I cared about, you know. I was gonna donate one of my, I had a crock pot in the trunk of the car, and I'll put a photograph over that on next week's timeline. And the trunk of the car was all caved in, okay? Somebody said, Ron, was that your tire was floating down the street over there? And I said, no, I didn't have any spare tire. So one of my crock pot was all caved in the bottom. It was all covered with mud. The car was sunk in the tar, and every one of our streets looked like got hit by it looks like a wave, got hit by they call that a earthquake. So when I was walking the streets of Leominster that I could this morning, I saw all this stuff, and I goes, oh my God, and my eyes are really red, the blood shock, and I didn't get that much sleep last night. So I just, oh my God, and then Anne Marie, she was asking about me. Anne Marie, we're really fine. Thank you so much for being a friend, and you know, the only thing I can ask everybody is just the best way you can help me out on my YouTube channel is support me by just subscribing to my channel, you know, because once my channel gets monetized, the rest will eventually take care of itself once I figure out how to do the shorts and all that stuff, when I can start loading up some more videos. And now that I'm going to be taking a break from school, I can start doing some more of that. I still got about 100 more videos I want to edit, re-edit, and put it up, because I never really put them up on the channel because I never really felt comfortable with it till now. And so that's where we are. We never lost our power. The elevator is no good, so now I got to climb up down the elevator up the stairs, which is okay. And you know, I'm just worried about my wife getting up the elevator. And yeah, so I guess I'm gonna get a hold of my agent in a couple of minutes. I called my sister Patty. I called my sister Kathy from South Carolina, and then yeah, my sister Corey last night. She was trying to get home from work, and a car went into a sinkhole, but she's fine. And you know, just letting all my followers know that we're fine. Cat's fine. My wife's in hospital. She's fine. Car's not fine. But we still have each other, and we have the awesome Facebook community support group at Keto Rewind. And my friend Deborah, I was talking to her last night. She said her and her husband's over there in Nova Scotia, and they saw the news made it all the way down over there. So I mean, oh wow, this is really national now. You know, I guess like, Leominster is famous for something else. You know, but you know, I love our city. I've been here all my life, guys, and I'm not going to leave it. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to Canada. You know, I've never been to Vegas. I'd like to go there sometime and visit that, and California and those areas over there. But you know, and the bottom line is, Leominster's, you know, it's where you're born and where you're raised, your roots are, and you know, and everybody knows who I am, and they're very supportive. And a lot of my Facebook friends call me up on Facebook and ask if you need a ride, Ron. I can give you a ride. And I thought I was going to need a ride to the school, but I called the school up this morning and they took care of it for me. I just got to bring the books back Monday next week. But yeah, it's been quite a thing there. Oh, hi Emery. I was just talking. I was almost really done my chat. But yeah, Emery, thank you for that this morning. My car's totally underwater. Not now, but last night. Every car in the parking lot literally was like, you couldn't even see, just if there was an antenna, that's all you could see was just the antenna. So my car is junk. The bottom basement's flooded out. So I called up the insurance company and made a claim on my car. I got full coverage. I actually got a good shot. My car's worth about $20,000. She said about $18,000. They might settle for around $15,000 or something like that. And I only owe $2,000 on the car, so that's good. And then I got full coverage on apartment insurance, and it will cover the damage down below, because even though it was no pipes that went, it was a natural act of God, Mother Nature. Remember, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. I can kid around with all this stuff. You know, and I've been after my wife for years to get rid of the fucking junk downstairs in the basement. I goes, boy, this is one way to get rid of this shit. Oh, God. So getting on, and Maria, you know how my wife's doing. So she passed out. She didn't really pass out, but she was dehydrated Saturday, and she went down on the ground when we went to the Sterling Fair. And I went on the helicopter ride. She went around the park with me a little bit. We walked part of the fairgrounds, and she couldn't walk anymore. So the guys in the golf cart brought us back to the car. She had a couple little episodes on Sunday, and then I called the doctor up on Monday morning. Her neurologist and her primary, and they told me to bring her over to the ER. I was there for almost 10 hours at the ER. They finally took her about 5 o'clock last night, but just about when the storm started. And she needed to get an IV and all that because she was dehydrated. And then they kept her there. And then this morning, my friend Mary brought me over to the hospital to go see her, and she was still in the ER at that point. And she was just getting ready to eat breakfast. And so last night when they called the nurse up, she goes, "You want me to tell her what happened to your car and everything?" No, I didn't want her to worry about anything of that. So she. Anyways, when I went to go see her this morning, I told her she just thought it was a regular range store. She had no clue that we don't have a car anymore, and we got no more crap down to sell that they got to worry about anymore. And like I got photographs and all that shit. I got them on digital now. I don't really care now, and I can just throw it out and have an excuse to get rid of it. It's one less thing I got to worry about moving. Now, what they are concerned about is we have a dam that's about 4 streets over. I go walking here a lot. You've seen many of my videos from Barrett Park, the ones that have been following me. And if that lets go, which they're thinking it might let go Saturday because we got a hurricane coming in, it's going to flood this whole entire area. Then I will have to leave, okay? So I've already got my bags packed. I got Oreo's thing already squared away. So I got my friend Alden called me up this morning. Go, Ron, we could take Oreo from you if you need it, or and I'll just take him back. And if maybe I might want him back. I don't know because he's a fucking pain in the ass. But I love the little fella. I know his poop box needed to get cleaned this morning. He goes, "Oh my God, my wife she was doing what she could, but I didn't realize it was that bad. I took out all the clunky crap. I just totally cleaned it all out. I washed it off really, really good, and I put him off. I sprayed it and I put some fresh, litter for him. So now he's got a brand new poop box. I says, she's been after me to get a new one. I said, we could have got a new one almost anytime we wanted, But now he's all set. Everything I can tell Carla, we're all set. Everything's fine. Oreo's fine. My wife's fine, but the car's not fine. And oh my gosh. And then I was very emotional, very upset this morning. I was trying to do a live Facebook feed that everybody know that was okay. And then I started crying and they had to shut the damn thing down. And then I went outside and I'm walking through the downtown area and I'm trying to do some lives and shit like that. And I got like maybe 5 or 6 parts where I was just walking and the video was cutting out on me, and that was fine. But people were concerned about me and Donna, because I on my Facebook page I got almost 4,000 people down my friends and my Facebook support group on Keto Cafe support, and my friend Deborah from Keto Rewind, she texted me last night. And a lot of people want to know if they want to start me a GoFundMe page. She goes, "No, I don't. Please don't. We're really fine. That part is fine. I got enough cash in the house in a safety box. I got cash in my wallet. My wife's got cash in her purse that I brought home last night. I don't go in my wife's purse unless she wants me to. And I know how some of you ladies feel about that. You don't want your husband's fishing around in your purses, and I respect that. And if I need something, I ask her. She always gives it to me. And I know she's got her own stash put away, but that's good because and the reason why we do this is so that in case of something like this, we have money put away, and you should always have money put away for a backup. And I got plenty of food and stuff like that. But my sister told me, "Ron, if you lose your power, I got about $700 worth of meat in the freezer. I'm gonna just call up a couple people and say, you want my meat, because if it winds up being bad, I don't want it to just go to waste, So, we may or may not have to leave the house and go down to one of the shelters, but the bottom line is we'll be fine, and wherever I go, but I got no car. So one of my friends, Kathy, called me up this morning. I never met this girl, Kathy, and she was offering me a ride, and a couple of other people did the same thing, called me up this morning, and then I called up the school this morning. I was asking for a ride to school this afternoon so I could, push off my video into the spring. And so 3 or 4 people text me this morning, and a couple called actually. And then I called the school up this morning. I talked to Shelby, my counselor, and I told her what happened. And she wow. And I says, I don't want to leave school, but I just want to suspend it for now. And can I resume in the spring? And we'll start out doing a couple of, well, spring is considered them as January. And we're going to be in the winter months, and I'm going to have my hip out in January, and then we can do a couple of online classes, so I don't have to go down there into the springtime, or to the next semester, and just continue the education that way. And then my wife asked me, is there any way you could cut back on at least one class, because she's worried about if I'm not going to be here, if something happens, and I don't want to run into that situation. My wife comes first above anything, and myself and my cat. And so all my sisters, I got a hold of them. They all know that was safe. This made the local news. It made the CNN News. It made all those other news agencies. It's broadcast all over the place. The governor's coming down this afternoon to assess the damage. FEMA is over here, and there's over 48 roads right now that are impassable. And like I said, one of the roads right around the corner from where I live, the entire street is gone. It's gone. It's just gone. And then everybody wanted to know who the freaking dumpster belonged to. It belonged to our complex. Our dumpster was flowing down the street, and it was loaded up with shit. I was laughing. He goes, that's our dumpster. I goes outside to look for the dumpster this morning, and it was gone. I says, holy crowley, can you imagine the weight of that and the water and the gushing? Woo, took it right away. And then my friend Rob downstairs, he asked me this afternoon, was Rob, is that your tire? I saw it floating down the street. And so he goes, no. I said, I didn't have a spare tire in my car. So I just wanted to let everybody know that we're all doing fine. You seem to be in the, I see the news there. Yeah, it's really bad. So, but my dumpster, I know it's funny, but it's not funny. Oh, gosh. So I'm just glad nobody lost their life or anything. But, if I need to go somewhere, I have a place I can go. And the cat will be safe. I'll make sure that I pack his food with him and that sort of thing. But I'm going to give the hospital a call shortly. And I got to call up my Aunt Jeanette because she's concerned about me too. And maybe I might even call her up and see if she want to bring me to go down and see my wife this afternoon. But But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. But I'll let you know, Donna and I are fine. We don't need any money or anything like that. So don't start any GoFundMe page or anything like that. The best thing you can do is tell your friends and have them help me out by subscribing to my channel. Because I take a lot of pride and dedication and a lot of, my videos and my food recipes now are getting really, really high-end and professional now. And they're even going to get better now that I finally figured it out. But, hey, I was thinking, Anne Marie, if you're still watching the video, no, my wife's going to be in the hospital for 1 or 2 more days. Maybe we could do like a live split like you did with Mrs. T the other day there, and I could do a chicken recipe because I got some chicken in the freezer. Maybe I might take it out. It's drumsticks. Maybe I'm going to make some fried drumsticks in the air fryer to show you how I make it with low-carb keto. And, what I'll do is I'll do one batch, set it aside, and then I'll do one live. So kind of like how they do it on TV. But if you're interested, you let me know. But I don't know how to set up the StreamYard yet. I'm just trying to figure that out. YouTube is friggin' pissing me off. Every time I set up for a live, if I want to do a premiere live, say for instance, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go 7 o'clock live tonight at 7 o'clock. YouTube gives me fits. It'll buff and it won't let me go into the live. So then I got to kill and start an actual live like I did now. So so I said, well, if you're going to give me that much bullshit, then I'm going to go over there to StreamYard, but I just haven't figured that part of it out yet. But I mean, I know it's simple, but it's probably just something I'm not doing quite right. So anyways, be that as it may, right now, as of this morning, I got 966 subscribers. I think I only need about 34 more to hit my mark of being monetized, and we're not going to make a killing on YouTube videos because YouTube takes 60% or something like that. But when you get a little bit of funding is when you start getting super stickers and stuff like that, and eventually people they donate to your channel, and I'll have some giveaways from time to time and stuff like that. That's what I'm planning on doing anyways. But I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have an amazing week, day, and I'll give you some more live updates later in the week. And I may even, today's Tuesday, I might even do like a live video Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm not sure. That's gonna depend on what's going on with my wife. But anyways, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for following along with my journey. And again, we are safe, just letting you guys know. And when I do the next update, like week 161, I'll have some video and stuff of the stuff that I took this morning in the apartment complex and the photographs I took of my vehicle. But anyways, have an amazing day, guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your prayers, and have a great day.